Here it comes. This is great. I think this is a world's first. We're going to do a multiplayer mission. We got SoCal Jerry in the house tonight. Give it up, SoCal.
What's up? I'm very excited for this evening's fun.
So what we've got today is a multi-point mission. We're going to be taking off here from the Coast Guard station in San Diego, and we're going to be conducting some missions that get a little bit complicated. Putting these together took quite a bit of time, but as you can see, I've got SoCal here off to my about 11 o'clock, 10:30. And right now I have a find the rescue target.
Your video hasn't gone live. Your audio is.
Oh, it's not live yet? It should be.
Your audio
probably
is
just
live,
a little bit of a lag.
But your screen is still sharing the
thumbnail.
3 multiplayer star missions screen.
All right, I'm airborne just above you. It should switch. Yeah, there's probably just a little bit of a delay.
All right.
I still got you on the pad, and I'm looking at a 16.2 nautical mile distance to target. And if you should have the same destination.
At 249.
249 copy.
Heading out. Match about your 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
I want to try to get out there as quick as possible. Try not to push it past like maybe 270 or 170, I should say.
Okay. You can do 270 in this. I think you're falling downhill.
And your seatbelts are fastened. I really enjoy what they're doing with the bloom and how this thing looks at night.
Yeah. No, you just enjoy it day, night, whatever.
Doing these in the clouds, though, and I've seen this in other videos where it gets extremely difficult to, in helicopter specifically, find the horizon.
Situational awareness.
Absolutely.
Becomes a very tricky thing.
ILS all day. Staring at your panels.
Yep.
And what I do enjoy about these missions, too, is that as you can see in the EFB, I've got you on the EFB taking a little bit of a lead right here. I love it.
Well, we're in a hurry. We've got people who need a rescue.
Searchlights will become key for this mission as well. I should have a different survivor than you once we do reach the container ship here. And that is a quote-unquote should. This is a test.
Yep. I think I might already be getting a glint of something out here on the horizon.
Yes, you should see. Actually, that is the lights of the tanker. The container ship has lights. However, what doesn't is the cutter. The cutter still does not have lights. Try again with just a little bit of light, a little bit of clouds. Flying these missions at night isn't that bad. But man, once you get a thick cloud layer over water, hold on. The mission I've got set up today actually winds up taking about an hour because we're going to make a round trip. We've got several things to do today. We've got that cutter on scene, and what they're going to be doing is picking up some additional survivors and providing a lower level of care while they're there. And then we're going to transport them to shoreside hospitals after rescuing the people out of the rafts. Should go RTB after that and see what happens from there.
You're just on the deck.
Doing these night rescues from within the cabin, man, is that hard. Have you been doing these night missions
the
at all?
difference of a little bit, but these simulator, you're doing 2 or 3 or 4 people's jobs as one human, right? So it becomes a different thing than if you actually were in this. You had a flight crew with you and all that.
100%. There's no con.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, even though we are doing a multiplayer mission, the one thing we are still missing is the shared cockpit. And with the speed at which Miltech was able to make this much happen, I have a feeling it's not that far off.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely exciting.
About 5.3 miles left.
Copy that. See, at this point, we really can't even see too much of the cutter. I can sort of make out its silhouette to the left of the container ship. Have you got a visual on that yet?
I think so. There's a little white poking out. Assuming it's a container ship, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, the white is the wheelhouse of the container ship. Just to the left of that is the cutter.
Oh, okay, I'm making a little bit of that out. Got it.
Coming in still at, I'm starting to slow down. I'm down to around 100 and just under 40 knots right now.
Yeah, already down to 102.
Yeah, I've got you a good ways behind, which is not bad. Again, we're going to have 2 different rescues, so I think what we should do is maybe approach this in like a counterclockwise orbit until we discover.
Yep. I also want to get down to a couple 100 feet.
Absolutely, which while slowing down, what I tend to do at night is overcompensate and slow down too early, too quickly.
Like I just did, yeah. Pretty much. I'll trade off some elevation for a little bit of velocity here.
And I am going to turn on my searchlight and landing light. I'm currently at 1.35 nautical miles from our target. Key binding the searchlight for these missions is, I would consider, essential. Even though the life rafts will be sort of illuminated, it's pretty hard to pick out which one of the life rafts has your survivor in it. Usually basket deployments around between 50 to 60 feet. I'm coming at it almost 0.6 nautical miles. Still no visual on the rafts, but I have a clear visual of the cutter. I'm at 300 feet coming down.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not seeing your strobes and such out here, so.
You see none of my
unfortunate
lights.
Now I've got to put my name tags on in order to see exactly where you are.
Ooh. All right, I do have a visual on...
I'm seeing your landing light, though.
Which is good. I do have a visual on the rafts at my 12. Starting my orbit.
Yeah.
Can't get a searchlight on one of these. There we go. I've got this one pinned. And now the way to really determine whether or not your raft has a survivor in it or not is you will see the hands of the survivor sort of sticking through the top of it.
Okay.
And your aim point as far as where your basket should deploy is basically one of two sets of skis. Because what we're using for survivors is skis. And you can see I'm actually coming up on my survivor right here. I'll come outside of the aircraft for just a second to show you what we're talking about. Right here, there's a set of skis both left and right. Let's see if we can't do this from inside though. You may need to circle around in order to find your survivor. I'm very curious to see where yours is going to be located in relationship to mine. Have we pulled off the dual survivor simultaneous rescue? Now what's interesting is I can actually move your searchlight. That's great.
That's... Well, there's still some weaknesses in the multiplayer, I guess.
Yeah. Every time I move mine, yours moves with it.
Well, it's funny because mine only moves when I move mine, so.
Right.
Yeah. Better control of mine.
Have you found your survivor?
No. Got it.
I don't want to deploy my basket until I see you actually.
I think I do.
I want to see you confirm your
I
survivor.
think I got it here. Checking this one over here. Looks like my...
I think you should have my neighbors.
Correct.
Yep.
I see skis, unfortunately.
That's great. I've actually got your spotlight looking at the raft that you're looking at least on the stream anyway.
Yeah.
Not an easy task at all.
No.
And in doing these missions, one thing that I've
Right over it,
noticed...
but up way too high still.
Yeah, you're a good 120.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, much more than that.
Hey, I've told you before, I've got a problem with, like, distance.
Yep. Yeah. Should I come back down?
Yeah, you're right on top of them. Looking good. Good approach. Again, between 50 and 60 should be optimal for a basket recovery.
Yeah. Somehow backed off too far. Should I? Okay.
Right there. Very nicely done.
All right. Survivors. All right. Lowering the basket.
Likewise. And then maybe sleep forward here just a bit. We have a steady hover over the target.
Shifted too much.
Hoist is up. Basket. Oh, what's great here too is that interior cockpit is looking mighty fine.
Raising the hoist. Comes the basket. Basket's at the window. Basket's inside. And Go ahead and go. Doors secured. Pulling out.
Blow into your about 5. Now mine is saying that I'm transporting to Scripps Mercy. What is your current destination?
I'm going to UC San Diego.
Sweet. So we're
Guessing-
actually picking up.
Guessing the hospital. Yeah.
Very nice. So we are actively engaged in a multiplayer, complex mission. This is absolutely groundbreaking. I could not be happier with that.
I can hear the smile in your voice.
Oh, it's all there, man. Ear to ear grins. The test we did the other day was very encouraging, but now that we know that we can actually put nomenclature together into these missions to make sure that we're not overlapping or spending too much time in the air just waiting. You know what I mean? I don't have to go into a pattern at a hospital while you're delivering your patient or vice versa. However, what's going to happen next, since we can only so far have one search and rescue mission at a time where there's a hoist deployment, if you want to make these missions have multiple steps, from there you have to go ground recovery without animation.
Okay.
So what I've done next is basically a round trip. We're going to go back over there to that dark cutter, and we're going to pick up some additional survivors that they've got on board giving care at this time.
All right.
Beautiful evening in San Diego, California, man.
Yep.
See, we were talking about doing some of these missions where we actually launch from different airports and converge on a scene.
Yep.
Right? So
I think that'll be fun too.
I think around these California coastlines is a really good place to do that because there's, in real life, a lot of container ship traffic.
Yep.
So what kind of like ICAO codes would you like to see these like?
Yeah. So great question. So as I was looking at it, just from the real world, right?
Right.
Los Angeles Long Beach is the busiest harbor in the United States, especially container freight, and there is no Coast Guard air station anymore in that area.
So this is basically like it's basically like the Meigs Field of California.
Kind of.
In
yeah, they've changed it. They have changed it. So they've moved the air base for the Coast Guard for the LA area up to Point Magoo or Point Hueneme. I have to double check that. I was looking for that today, and the websites for the Coast Guard.mil stuff were really erroring out. But yeah, so it'll be good to have a bird deploy from San Diego and a bird deploy from Port Hueneme or Point Magoo naval air stations up there, and meet in the middle basically. And I was thinking that then from there, just like this, we've got different hospitals. Perfect, right? You already have that. You've got that logic kind of built in, and I was thinking of it instead of a container ship, you have a cruise ship, because we have cruise ships available to have pickups.
Yep, we sure do.
And so use a cruise ship, and then like one of us has to go to like the Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. The other one goes to the Level 1 Trauma Center. So that'd be fun because you kind of fly into the middle of the city a little bit and such.
Looks like I've got an 18.
So it's not just.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I've just got an F-18 here, just off.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can see this in the stream, guys, but whoever this is, man,
get escorts. Yeah.
This is great. I got an escort. JGL.
Southern California, the LA servers. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
He's trying not to stall.
But yes, absolutely. The convergence on an area, different deployments, meeting in the middle, maybe coming back together for a mass casualty event, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, called multiple complex mission sets. Maybe even a diversion halfway through.
Yeah. When they enable more functionality, there's you start adding a laundry list of things that can happen and would be needed and things like that, and it starts getting really, really fun. So, I mean, I hope that's the kind of work they're doing on it, because I know right now they've said they're going to work on the mission pack and work on releasing new features and such. So I'm hoping that that's the kind of thing they're working on. The F-18 came over to hang out and see what I was doing.
Absolutely. I see him catching up to you.
Yep. So, a lot of things you can do. We can't stop like we can. So, enjoy, dude.
He's going to go ahead and provide some aerial surveillance while we go ahead and get ready to deploy.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So the one thing about this area is it's actually hospital dense. There are quite a few hospitals in this area. The one that is involved that we don't have a pilot for right now, I think it's the Naval Center.
Cool.
The helipad is a little bit overgrown, if you will. There's some trees and such in place.
Yeah.
I got distracted by the F-18 and I'm searching for my helipad.
I'm touching down right now.
Should be at my 1.8 and just in front of me.
Okay. Patient transfer in progress.
I have the helipad in sight. I'm on approach. So now what we've got here is actually a little bit of a separation from where we both touch down. When we get back out to the cutter, our timing may not be that far off where we may not have to go into a pattern of hold while you pick up that patient. And I am almost on the ground. I do see you departing.
Yep.
I am on the ground. Patient transfer in progress.
Sweet.
And what is your mission requirement this time?
Proceed to the Coast Guard cutter Stratton and land 16.7 miles from here. So I'm going to go to there and land and see what comes next.
That gives us just about 1 mile of separation. Very, very nice.
So if you do have to hold, you're not going to hold long.
Not at all. And I could always just kind of hold back on some speed for a while, make a slow approach.
Yeah. Time based on how I'm doing.
Let's go ahead and get the searchlight landing light
we got
off.
a couple people watching the stream. Welcome.
Absolutely, guys. Appreciate you being here. If you have any questions about the process or if you want to download these missions, they are available in the description for free. Shout out to SoCal Jerry for putting me on to some great people. Who were they? Because you found them.
Blue Games.
Blue Games is it.
Blue Games. Yeah. A pretty good streamer in his own right, of course. There's a lot of different gaming streams. And he had posted a video showing him and another one of his buddies up in Alaska doing a similar type of rescue in some very Alaskan weather.
Yes. It's probably something, like I said earlier, it was like the most challenging weather condition you could open up a stream with.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not a helicopter enthusiast and you're more into fixed wing.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's a helicopter enthusiast. I think he's just a gaming enthusiast.
Absolutely, yeah.
He lost situational awareness, and he's like, well, I don't know where the heck I am, and he just found a heading and just flew straight for a bit until he got to some clear skies. And
which is something that I build into these missions too. Is you may have noticed we don't have any magenta lines on our maps saying that this is the direction you need to go in. There's no flight path other than our heading that the mission sets are giving
heading
us.
Distance.
And I'm tending to never involve the flare for the survivors. try to bring the difficulty level up there as far as I possibly can. But again, once you guys get these missions, you can go into the mission hub and edit them to your liking, using it as a template is important, because what I've noticed is that if you try to start a new mission and create one from scratch and use the same verbiage, even the name of the boats, they don't always spawn on the planet. So copying the original file that you download and then moving on from there and moving, you know, the different objectives and spawn points and stuff around and then modifying it from that original template seems to be the only way so far that I've been able to alter the missions. And time consuming is an understatement. I do have a visual once again on the... Sorry?
Yes. I have visual, at least on the container ship. The cutter, not so much yet.
Okay.
But we know it's blacked out. I think I might be able to make the outline, but it's operating under wartime conditions and no lights. I was saying it may take you a long time to get these things done, but I don't think you could be happier camper with them. So
yeah. But having already once visited this accident location, you know, we've already got an idea of its orientation and where it sits. I did make it a static cutter as well. It is not in motion. Something that I will be trying later on is to have that cutter disappear after you complete the mission of landing on it and return to base, and then having a second cutter appear that is in motion that you'll have to intercept and land on. So you'll get both versions, a static cutter and a moving cutter within one mission.
That'll be interesting.
It's all possible. It's just a matter of timing and objective placements and things like that.
Yeah.
But 100% possible.
Cool.
Cool is an understatement, man. When something that I've been thinking about since I was a child is literally coming to fruition, it's absolutely spectacular. I'm at 2,000 feet. I'm going to start coming down. I'm going to start coming down slowly. I've got a 3.5 nautical mile separation from you and I. And you are just about at the cutter.
Yeah.
And again, the one thing that is a little bit disappointing is you can't see the cutter in the FLIR, but you can see where the raft is on the ground, or at least something is giving a signature with the plane icon in the EFB in the area.
Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah.
And I have a visual on cutter. Nighttime landing on the cutter.
I better get over onto it before you jump onto it without waiting for me.
Oh, you're fine, man. Even if I have to wait for you, it's going to be awesome to actually like see you are landing if I get the opportunity. You're real close. You're just over the deck at this point.
Not quite. Over the deck of the water, yeah. Not deck of the cutter. But yeah, I'm over the fantail.
Yeah, I'm gonna come into counterclock orbit. I might just hover. We'll come over and check this out. Got the searchlight on.
All right, on the cutter.
And I've got the searchlight on you on the cutter. This is nothing short of amazing.
Okay, now I go to Scripps Mercy.
So now we basically swapped airports, right? Or so the hospital that I just left is now the one that you're going to.
Yep.
Turn on my landing light. We can lose that searchlight, and that literally worked out with superb timing, where I am on my approach to the cutter directly after you depart.
Oh, that's awesome. Just awesome.
And if you want to ask me if there are stopwatches running in the background while I create this mission, the answer is absolutely yes. I do not know if I would be able to time these out like this without it. I got a patient transfer in progress, getting ready to depart. And this time I'm going to UC San Diego.
Cool.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So far, we're on our current second recovery of the accident victims. I didn't start a timer when we started, but I do have an estimated time of completion for this specific multiplayer mission to about an hour.
Well, remember, we've got the stream going, and we didn't start till the stream activated, so.
True story.
So we're about 30 minutes
31
in.
minutes in, yep. Incredible.
Not get that low.
The one mission set that we tested prior to this, I'm going to break that one back down because the airbase in Alaska has so much more parking available.
Yeah.
For one station to deploy instead of, like we were talking earlier about having, deployments from multiple airports, like say north and south of your accident.
Mm-hmm.
Have one hive. Get a mission set with like 40 spawn points on it.
What we'll have to do also is check out some of the Florida launch points, see how many spawn points they have there too.
Absolutely, because that's another very hospital-dense area.
Hospital dense, a lot of ships, right? A lot of cruise ships, whatever. But also, a lot of islands out there too.
Yes.
Right. And so there's a lot more that you can kind of tweak into it. And then I believe there's more aircraft out there at the air stations. So, yeah. I was looking up in the San Francisco area, and there's Coast Guard Station Alameda. It does not have an air station. There's air stations at San Francisco, and they're actually still using the Dolphins. They're not on the MH60 platform at this time. So,
okay.
If you Google Maps it, you actually see one on the ground there. I did look at Honolulu. Honolulu currently is also. Wait, what were they using? Maybe they were on a Blackhawk. Yeah, and the funny thing is, when you look at their air station, which is not at the Honolulu airport, it's a nearby airport, you can actually see a bird either in takeoff or just about to arrive, because it's over the ground. You can see its shadow, but you can see it with the blades paused and everything. Like, okay, that's pretty cool.
That's great. It's amazing, man, the accuracy.
Yeah. Got to cross over KSAM here in San Diego.
I'm just under 3 nautical miles behind you.
We seem to have boarded the fighter jet that was doing escorts.
I don't think he's actually watching the stream. I think he's just in the area. Like, what is going on here?
Yep. Agreed.
All right, I am 5 nautical miles away from UC San Diego. I'm going to come back inside. Slow this bird down and get her back on track. I'm going to actually fly directly over the field. I do enjoy flying these at night. The mountain rescues at night, when you put a survivor into the woods, like on an island, like you were saying, at night, without any type of direction, only a search area, you're going to spend most of your hour of the suspect mission looking for the survivor. Yeah. I've tried that several times without smoke and no direction. And even though I know where the person is and I can see their icon on the map, it is hard, specifically because the survivor right now is only the skier and it floats off of the ground. But I'm sure as we go forward and we start to get a little bit more updates on all of this and maybe a few extra objects that we can drop in, it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah. About to touch down.
I'm 1.3 nautical miles away.
Had to find my platform.
My search light.
Patient transfer in progress.
3/4 of a mile away. I believe this is the airport that I was talking about that's a little bit overgrown.
It wasn't too bad when I was there.
163. Oh yeah. Okay.
All right, RTB.
So your mission set after dropping off the patient becomes return to base.
Yep.
Very nice. It is flowing properly. I have the helipad.
Oh, being diverted. Stand by for further information. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Being diverted. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right.
And I have
Where am I
touchdown
going?
at the pad. And the patient transfer is in progress.
All right. Oh, rush to a cruise ship in response to a mass food poisoning incident. Okay. Heading 180, 18 miles.
Mass food poisoning incident.
Yep. All right.
Now,
Awesome.
What's interesting right now is I've actually got the same RTB message here.
Uh-huh. You do? It's just still patient transfer. How do you know? Now you've RTB. Oh, okay. Watching your live stream, I guess it's a little delayed. Yeah, it's a little delayed.
And there's my diversion standing by for further information, and I'm just going to go ahead and...
Yeah, slow it down, but keep headed towards...
You're good. I'm right behind
station.
you. I got you at my 12.
Yeah.
Starting to get a little bit of lag as we get close to that aircraft carrier because I do have the aircraft carriers in there. Every time I get close to that specific carrier, I catch a lot of lag with that cache.
Have you tried downloading the carrier elements to your computer
Not yet.
instead of having it stream them? Yeah, I have not played with a whole lot of the downloading things to the machine. But since SU3 offers it, something to keep in mind for, especially should download the Blackhawks down.
Right. It almost looks like I can see the outline of this cruise ship just ahead of
Really?
us.
That's weird, because I see a big cloud bank I'm going to fly into. I'm pretty sure I'm hit the clouds before I get to our waypoint here.
I wonder if I'm going to get an update to weather here all of a sudden.
Cloud, fog, something.
Oh, that was a view. 200 knots, 1,200, 1,300. So you're a mile and a half out. And the only way I've found to speed up like the actual testing process of these missions is to use the sim rate. So, I mean, if you're using an hour mission, you don't want to have to fly an hour every single time to make sure that all the mission steps are working. But while doing that, it messes with the cache that it will automatically degrade your frame rates the more you go in and out of sim rate mode.
Yeah.
Doing it at altitude, I would prefer something over 2,000 feet when you're doing any type of sim rate increase, just so you're far enough away from the topography and things that are, trying to load in that you're not necessarily looking at.
Well, that, and you also have, if you, have a twitch in your hand and you're flying a helicopter, suddenly you're in the ground or in the water.
Very quickly.
I think I have eyes on the ship. The ship does not seem to be lit up as much as I would expect.
It is highly disappointing, but at the same time, the detail on this cruise ship in the daytime, I can imagine why it takes them a little while to put some lighting on it.
Take a sip of some water.
Coffee for this pilot. Cheers.
Cheers.
And I do have a visual on the cruise ship.
Weird, you didn't get any fog then, huh?
No, it stayed pretty clear my entire way. Wispy high-level clouds. Full moon. And again, what I've learned is that if I want to start the movement of these ships, like say when we leave the hospital, so it's easier to gauge the distance that it's traveled since you launched.
Yeah.
You can kind of maybe put together a message that says, travel at X speed to get to the cruise ship, and the intercept would be accurate every time if the pilot maintained that speed in route.
Yeah.
Stuff I'm definitely play with quite a bit.
All right.
Start to bring that altitude down.
Altitude and speed down.
This is looking good. I'm about
Big
to...
flare.
Yep, I got you. I am in a hover off to your 8.
All right, patient transfer in progress.
Very nice.
Looks like my spotlight can see right through the deck. All right,
Yep.
up we go. U.S. Naval Hospital, okay.
And I'm approach. Not a lot of wind out here tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty light winds. 5 knots looks like, according to my gauge.
Positive contact, patient in transfer. And I've got the U.S. Naval Hospital San Diego as a destination on my end.
So go ahead to the same place.
But again, the way our timing has worked out so far, as soon as you drop yours off, it's probably just going to be a touch and go. And even still, the fact that the progression of the mission doesn't have any delays to it, both ends of it are working, you and I are experiencing two different things simultaneously, but both being able to witness what we're doing at the same time.
Yeah.
And this is leaps and bounds compared to what we were doing.
Are you saying this is better in campaign mode? I'm confused.
I didn't even need to say it. It's worth its weight in gold.
All you need to do is spend $50.
See, but once you spend the 50 initially, then you've got access to a boatload of these free missions that I'm creating. Again, I've created a whole bunch of others that aren't necessarily geared towards multiplayer just yet. But I've got that library right now around 56 available online through other videos that I've posted in the past. And I've created probably close to 40 more search and rescue missions that I'll be releasing here pretty soon as well to, just make that library grow and grow and grow. And of course, now that we've confirmed that we have a working multiplayer mission set, that's going to be what I do. And again, I'll be sharing those things for free with you guys. So once you spend that 50 on the aircraft itself, the enjoyment of it continues and you can have access to these missions without having to spend additional money.
Well, you want the mission pack, or mission hub and the aircraft.
Yes, you would have
Technically,
to have
you
both.
don't even need the aircraft. Technically, you don't need the aircraft. You
Absolutely
we
right.
should probably we should try it with the H-125.
You could absolutely do this in any aircraft.
We should try that. Yeah.
100%. The only thing that I don't like about that is that, the 125 doesn't have a working hoist. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It stays tucked against the body.
Yeah. I'm just saying, free, which is, some people's limitations is, cost, right? So
100%. Yeah, although the native aircraft in 2024 would work with it. Even
maybe
if
that
you have
new
like the Tau Hueys.
130 or whatever.
Yeah.
That they just released with SU3.
And there is even an option if you are a fixed wing pilot, or if you would prefer that, there's a way to incorporate these mission sets with fixed wing involved. So it's something that I'd like to be able to incorporate as well, where I could pass off a passenger to a fixed wing asset once I land in an airport. So right now the mission that we're running is specific to helicopter, but there's the option to choose any aircraft. So technically I could have a aircraft spawn of the PC-24.
Yeah.
Right, and we could meet on the ramp and do that exchange, and then at that point your mission set would launch.
Which might be a completely different thing, because you've got to get from one place in Alaska to another, for instance.
Correct, yes. I mean, really, this has the ability to create real-world scenarios.
Yep.
And if we got a fixed-wing pilot out there that wants to give that a whirl, watch the stream and wait until we get to that area, spawn into the airport, load your mission set, which would have you spawn into the aircraft of your choice. You know, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you want to do, and I'll put something together like that. I think that would be a great test.
Yeah. Put the mission hub through its paces.
Absolutely. What is it capable? How? Oh, let's push it. Push it real good. We'll go back to the music references of old.
Yeah.
We've only got a mile separation between us, so again, it looks like we're going to have that nice, smooth transition. Should be good.
Well, sometimes, you know, some of these places will have multiple helipads, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
And technically, I would not be surprised at all if a Naval Air Base, Naval Hospital would have that, you know.
Unfortunately, it seems to me, I mean, if it's the airport that I'm thinking of, or the hospital, I should say, that I'm thinking of, this one is the one that's overgrown.
That could be.
And if you're coming in at a low altitude for this approach and you don't have your searchlight looking for it at the same time, it could be pretty easy to pass.
Whoa, whoa, I just did something I've never done before. Well, I've slowed my helicopter down a whole lot.
Yeah, I saw that. It was a little bit of a dip there.
It wasn't just a dip. I fully inverted.
Inverted?
And flipped around, and yeah, it I was pulling back, you know, and just to slow it down, and it did not like what I did, and everybody inside would have died. So, yeah.
Yeah, these don't like to go upside down.
Well, and at this elevation, there would have been no saving it. So
I'm shocked that you did. So here's another interesting point that you bring that up. If you do crash during these missions and you haven't completed the mission, the way that'll unfold is it will basically spawn you back at the airport, and the current target or objective that you were involved in when the crash happened will still be active when your aircraft respawns. So you're still left to complete the mission.
Interesting. I'm at a disadvantage here. I don't know where the Naval Hospital is here in San Diego, so...
We are still 2.4 nautical miles away. This one, the helipad for this one, if I'm not mistaken, again, is kind of buried inside of a parking lot. Oh, it looks like you might have... Okay, so here we go. This might actually be mislabeled.
Okay, just out on my map. There you go. Okay.
I'm supposed to be going to 315, 1.8. So you've got your pad?
Yeah, I think I know exactly where it is. I just saw it pop up in my... There we go, I got it. Eyes on.
Copy. Yep.
Eyes on. No, it's not really terribly overgrown. I've seen much worse.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Some of the helipads are just buried in the trees.
Yeah.
But we got that promise from Jorg, you know, every helipad on the planet's going to be modeled.
Yeah, well, I came across one near me, actually, yesterday. I checked it out, and, like, I know it exists. I drive past it in the car, and I went in the sim to look for it. Nope, it doesn't exist.
Not there, yep. Yeah, even the local large hospital that has a helipad near my area is covered by a house.
Huh.
All right, I've got my helipad in sight.
I'm up.
So this is actually a mislabeling of airports right now, because we do have two different destinations. I'm on approach right now.
Oh, you aren't coming here then, huh?
Catching myself slacking. See?
Not judging.
I can only imagine what it would be like to put together one of these mission sets where there are 40 different pilots involved. And each one is supposed to be going to a different location.
Oh, that whets your appetite, doesn't it?
It does.
But it's also such a daunting concept, huh?
I think that once you get into the flow of it, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. And what's the ROI for that time?
I'm not too interested in the ROI. The enjoyment of the community would be the return.
Yeah.
I do have my transfer in progress. Mission complete. I have a return to base. And let's see how we're doing on our estimate. We did say that this was supposed to be roughly an hour long. I think we're around the 55-minute mark right now.
Yep. And I'm about to touch down here, so I find the right spot to touch down at.
Which should be your spawn.
Yep. Seems to be.
But again, I can't wait to make these more complicated where, okay, you go back to your base, I go back to mine. But I kind of like to have the regroup at the end. You know, we appreciate working as a team together and to wind up at the same base. Fulfilling.
Yep.
Nothing short of incredible. The fact that we just went through 3 different missions in multiplayer.
Awesome. With a emergency redirect.
I find those to be very fun. I enjoy those very much.
Oh, yeah.
I think it has me actually sneaking in between you and the hangar.
Oh, to where you spawned at? You spawned in the middle row, didn't you? Behind the other one? Yeah.
Love every minute of it. Well done, sir.
Thank you. It's fun.
100%.
That was fun.
Confirmed. Complex missions are possible. I can't wait to make more and more of these. Thank you so much for being here, SoCal. That was a fantastic test. I hope you guys enjoyed this mission set, either with me or us in the future. Again, absolutely download it whenever you have the time. The other missions, again, like I said, that are available in prior missions, let's get those together. Let's get all of us together and start flying some more complicated missions with more helicopters in the air, because this is proof positive that we've got multiplayer tasking available in 2024.
Yeah. Agreed.
Super dope.
Agreed.
You know how I say, it's been a blast. It's been a ball, ladies and gentlemen. For now, that's it. That's all. SoCal, thank you again so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, brother.